All right, sixth graders. Probably talking to cohort A right now, but we're going to continue with day 6 of reading the crossover at a moment there. Yeah, we're going to start with second quarter. And if you remember from yesterday, we ended with our main character, Josh, is getting in trouble, right? So he's in trouble. And then he actually finishes by kind of dreaming about being with a girl, right? He's kind of bummed out because they're doing CPR in the gym. He's got to do it. And there's his brother over there exchanging notes. So he's a little jealous. So he got in trouble for his brother, protected him. Now he's doing CPR, doesn't want to do that while his brother is out, flirting with his girl, Miss Sweet Tea. Josh is going through life, right? He's got a dad who doesn't want to get his knee taken care of. You've learned that. And he's got hypertension, so he's got sort of a health concern. It sounds like we found out his dad fainted too in the conversation with his mom. So Josh has got a lot going on. I mean, yeah, he can dunk, he can play basketball like an all-star, but he's still got problems. He's still got stuff he's thinking about. All right, here we go. Second quarter. Conversation. Hey, JB, I played a pickup game at the rec today. At first, the older guys laughed and wouldn't let me in unless I could hit from half court. Of course, I did. All net. I wait for JB to say something, but he just smiles, his eyes all moony. I showed them guys how the Bells ball. I scored 14 points. They told me I should try out for junior varsity next year because I got hops. Just so you know, hops is the ability to jump, right? He's got what's called a vertical leap, so he can jump high. JB, are you listening? JB nods, his fingers tapping away on the computer, chatting probably with Miss Sweet Tea. I told the big guys about you too. They said we could come back and run with him anytime. What do you think about that? Hello, Earth to JB? Even though I know he hears me, the only thing JB is listening to is the sound of his heart bouncing on the court of love. Conversation. Dad, this girl's making Jordan act weird. He's here, but he's not. He's always smiling. His eyes get all spacey whenever she's around, and sometimes when she's not. He wears your cologne. He's always texting her. He even wore loafers to school. Dad, you gotta do something. Dad does something. He laughs. Filthy, talking to your brother right now would be like pushing water uphill with a rake, son. This isn't funny, Dad. Say something to him, please. Filthy, if some girl done locked up JB, he's going to jail. Now let's go get some donuts. Basketball rule number 5. When you stop playing your game, you've already lost. Do you get a sense that these rules are not just about basketball, but maybe life? Show off. Up by 16 with 6 seconds showing. JB smiles and struts, sidesteps, stutters, spins, and sinks a 6 slick sliding sweet 7-foot shot. What a show off. Out of control. Are you kidding me? Come on, ref, open your eyes. Ray Charles could have seen that kid walked. Call the traveling violation. You guys are terrible. Mom wasn't at the game tonight, which meant that all night Dad was free to yell at the officials, which he did. Mom calls me into the kitchen after we get home from beating St. Francis. Normally, she wants me to sample the macaroni and cheese to make sure it's cheesy enough, or the oven-baked fried chicken to make sure it's not greasy and stuff. But today, on the table, is some gross-looking orange creamy dip with brown specks in it. A tray of pita bread triangles is beside it. Maybe Mom is having one of her book club meetings. Sit down, she says. I sit as far away from the dip as possible. Maybe the chicken is in the oven. Where is your brother? She asked. Probably on the phone with that girl. She hands me a pita. No thanks, I say, then stand up to leave, but she gives me a look that tells me she's not finished with me. Maybe the mac is in the oven. We've talked to you two about your grandfather, she says. He was a good man. I'm sorry you never got to meet him, Josh. Me too. He looked cool in his uniforms. That man was way past cool. Dad said he used to curse a lot and talk about the war. Mom's laugh is short, then she's serious again. I know we told you Grandpop died after a fall, but the truth is he fell because he had a stroke. He had a heart disease. Too many years of bad eating and not taking care of himself. And so, what does this have to do with anything, I ask, even though I think I already know? Well, our family has a history of heart problems, she says, so we're going to start eating better, especially Dad. We're going to start tonight with some hummus and pita bread. For my victory dinner? Josh, we're going to try to lay off the fried foods and Golden Dragon, and when your dad takes you to the recreation center, no Pollards or Krispy Kreme afterward. Understand? And I understand more than she thinks I do. But is hummus really the answer? I don't know if you guys have had hummus. It's actually really good. 35-18 is the final score of Game 6. A local reporter asked JB and I how we got so good. Dad screams from behind us, "They learned from the man!" The crowd of parents and students behind us laughs. On the way home, Dad asks if we should stop at Pollard's. I tell him I'm not hungry. Plus, I have a lot of homework, even though I skipped lunch today and finished my homework during halftime. So he lied just to save his dad. Too good. Lately, I've been feeling like everything in my life is going right. I beat JB in Madden. Our team is undefeated. I scored an A+ on the vocabulary test. Plus, Mom's away at a conference, which means so is the assistant principal. I am a little worried, though, because as Coach likes to say, you can get used to things going well, but you're never prepared for something going wrong. Is that a foreshadow? I'm on free throw number 27. We take turns switching every time we miss. JB has hit 41, the last 12 in a row. Filthy, keep up, man, keep up, he says. Dad laughs out loud and says, Filthy, your brother's putting on a free throw clinic. You better. And suddenly he bowls over, a look of horror on his face, and starts coughing while clutching his chest. And no sound comes. I freeze. JB runs over to him. Dad, you okay? He asks. I still can't move. There is a stream of sweat on Dad's face. Maybe he's overheating, I say. His mouth is curled up like a little tunnel. JB grabs the water hose, turns the faucet on full blast, and sprays Dad. Some of it goes in Dad's mouth. Then I hear the sound of coughing, and Dad is no longer leaning against the car. Now he's moving towards the hose and laughing. So is JB. Then Dad grabs the hose and sprays both of us. Now I'm laughing too, but only on the outside. He probably just got something stuck in his throat, JB says when I ask him if he thought Dad was sick, and shouldn't we tell Mom what happened? So when the phone rings, it's ironic that after saying hello, he throws the phone to me because even though his lips are moving, JB is speechless, like he's got something stuck in his throat. Ironic. Adjective. Having a curious or humorous, unexpected sequence of events marked by coincidence. As in, the fact that Vondi hates astronomy and his mom works for NASA is ironic. As in, it's not ironic that Grandpop died in a hospital and Dad doesn't like doctors. As in, isn't it ironic that show-off JB, with all his swagger, is too shy to talk to Miss Sweet Tea, so he gives me the phone? This is Alexis. May I please speak to Jordan? Identical twins are no different from everyone else, except we look and sometimes sound exactly alike. Uh-oh. See where this is going. Phone conversation. I sub for JB. Was that your brother? Yep, that was Josh. I'm JB. I know who you are, silly. I called you. Right. You have any siblings, Alexis? 2 sisters. I'm the youngest. And the prettiest. You haven't seen them. I don't need to. That's sweet. Sweet as pomegranate. Okay, that was random. That's me. Jordan, can I ask you something? Yep. Did you get my text? Yeah. So what's your answer? My answer. I don't know. Stop being silly, Jordan. I'm not. Then tell me your answer. Are y'all rich? I don't know. Didn't your dad play in the NBA? No, he played in Italy. But still, he made a lot of money, right? It's not like we're opulent. Who says opulent? I do. You never use big words like that at school. I have a reputation to uphold. Is he cool? Who? Your dad. Very. So when are you going to introduce me? Introduce you to your parents. I'm waiting for the right moment, which is when. Uh, so am I your girlfriend or not? Can you hold on for a second? Sure, she says. Cover the mouthpiece, JB mouths to me. I do, then whispered to him. She wants to know, are you her boyfriend? And when are you going to introduce her to mom and dad? What should I tell her, JB? Tell her, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I gotta pee, JB says, running out of the room, leaving me still in his shoes. Okay, I'm back, Alexis. So what's the verdict, Jordan? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Are you asking me to be your girl? I think so. You think so? Well, I have to go now. Yes. Yes, what? I like you a lot. I like you too, Precious. So now I'm Precious. Everyone calls you JB. Then I guess it's official. Text me later. Good night, Miss Sweet. What did you call me? Good night, my sweetness. Good night, Precious. JB comes running out of the bathroom. What'd she say, Josh? Come on, tell me. She said she likes me a lot. I tell him. You mean she likes me a lot? He asks. Yeah, that's what I meant. JB and I eat lunch together every day, taking bites of mom's tuna salad on wheat between arguments. Who's a better dunker, Blake or LeBron? Which is superior, Nike or Converse? Only today, I waited at our table in the back for 25 minutes, texting Vondi, homesick, eating a fruit cup, alone, before I see JB strut into the cafeteria with Miss Sweet Tea holding his precious hand. Boy walks into a room with a girl. They come over. He says, "Hey, filthy McNasty," like he said forever, but it sounds different this time. And when he snickers, she does too, like it's some inside joke and my nickname, some dirty punchline. At practice, Coach says we need to work on our mental game. If we think we can beat Independence Junior High, the defending champions, the number one seed, the only other undefeated team, then we will. But instead of drills and sprints, we sit on our butts, make weird sounds, and meditate. Suddenly, I get this vision of JB in a hospital. I quickly open my eyes, turn around, and see him looking dead at me like he's just seen a ghost. Second person. After practice, you walk home alone. This feels strange to you because as long as you can remember, there's always been a second person. On today's long, hot mile, you bounce your basketball, but your mind is on something else. Not whether you will make the playoffs, not homework, not even what's for dinner. You wonder what JB and his pink Reebok wearing girlfriend are doing. You do not want to go to the library, but you go because your report on The Giver is due tomorrow. And JB has your copy, but he's with her, not here with you, which is unfair because he doesn't argue with you about who's the greatest, Michael Jordan or Bill Russell, like he used to. Because JB will not eat lunch with you tomorrow or the next day or the next week because you are walking home alone by yourself and your brother owns the world. This is called second person. That means he shifted perspective. So first person, second person, third person are the perspectives we have. He just switched. You don't usually do that. That's only something you can do in something like poetry. It's really confusing. Third wheel. You walk into the library, glance over at the music section, you look through the magazines, you even sit at a desk and pretend to study. You ask the librarian where you can find The Giver. She says something odd. Did you find your friend? And she points upstairs. On the second floor, you pass by the computers. Kids checking their Facebook. More kids in line waiting to check their Facebook. In the biography section, you see an old man reading The Tipping Point. You walk down the last aisle, teen fiction, and come to the reason you're here. You remove the book from the shelf, and there, behind the last row of books, you find the friend the librarian was talking about. Only she's not your friend, and she's kissing your brother. Tipping point. Noun. The point when an object shifts from one position into a new, entirely different one. As in, my dad says the tipping point of our country's economy was housing gamblers and greedy bankers. As in, if we get one C on our report cards, I'm afraid mom will reach her tipping point and that will be the end of basketball. As in, today at the library, I went upstairs, walked down an aisle, pulled The Giver off the shelf, and found my tipping point. The main reason I can't sleep is not because of the game tomorrow night. It's not because the stubble on my head feels like bugs are breakdancing on it. It's not even because I'm worried about Dad. The main reason I can't sleep tonight is because Jordan is on the phone with Miss Sweet Tea, and between the giggling and the breathing, he tells her how much she's the apple of his eye and that he wants to peel her and get under her skin and give me a break. I'm still hungry, and right about now, I wish I had an apple of my own. Surprised. I have it all planned out. When we walk to the game, I will talk to JB man to man about how he's spending way more time with Alexis than with me and Dad. Except when I hear the horn, I look outside my window and it's raining, and JB is jumping into a car with Miss Sweet Tea and her dad, ruining my plan. And we'll end there. All right. So lots going on here. Now this seems like the story has shifted, right? It's not really about basketball. It's sort of in the background. We have two stories, kind of Dad's health. That was a little scary. I'm not sure I know what happened. And the girlfriend. Lots going on.